One of the most surprising things about the 2022 Houston Astros after they won the World Series wasn't the fact that Jordan Alvarez hit that home run or Jeremy Pena was an absolute beast this postseason. It's the fact that the Houston Astros bullpen wasn't just great, but all-time great. All-time historically great. They finished off the postseason with a .80 ERA, set up by a starting rotation whose best pitcher gave up 19 earned runs this postseason with Justin Verlander, and their arguably second best pitcher, Lance McCullers Jr., having 2 back-to-back bad games in the postseason. Had I told you that Lance McCullers Jr. and Justin Verlander this postseason had a combined 3 good games pitched, you probably would have thought the Houston Astros didn't go very far in the playoffs. But due to Framber Valdez and Christian Javier, here we are. And as this free agency has rolled around, it looks more and more like Justin Verlander will not be with the Houston Astros next year on their starting rotation. And so that leaves into question, who is going to take that number 1 spot for the Houston Astros as their ace pitcher? And who is going to fill those innings and those strikeouts and those outs recorded by Justin Verlander this next season coming up? Perhaps Luis Garcia, Christian Javier, Jose Urquidy. Keep in mind the Astros control all 3 of these guys for the next few years. But wait, there's one more guy. One Mr. Hunter Brown, a guy that came up from AAA late in the season, recorded 2 wins, and then went to the bullpen in the playoffs. A guy with the highest recorded velocity on his slider at 96 miles an hour and an electric fastball. Could it be perhaps this kid that fills in those innings and those starts for Justin Verlander, who's leaving this offseason? The Astros have so many options. And for the rest of the league, it's got to be tantalizing. It's got to be scary that this Houston Astros club, a year after winning the World Series, is going to have a good, if not better, starting rotation than last year, this upcoming season. Because keep in mind, the Astros didn't get Lance McCullers Jr. back until later in the season. He's going to be the number 2 or the number 3 in the starting rotation next year. So you're going to have Framber Valdez, Lance McCullers Jr., Christian Javier, Hunter Brown, Luis Garcia, and perhaps even Jose Urquidy, complemented by a bullpen with its full arsenal coming back this offseason. Brian Abreu is going to still be there. Ryan Stanek, Ryan Presley, Rafael Montero, Hector Neris. All these guys are still going to be with the Houston Astros club next season. And for the other 29 teams in the league, this has got to be a daunting task to have to go up against that vaunted pitching staff with that vaunted bullpen, knowing that you might as well score 1 or 2 runs, and that's all you're going to get the entire night. It would not surprise me if this Astros team broke pitching records next year. Not just for the AL, but the all-time pitching records in the league. Free agency in the offseason has gone fully underway. Jacob deGrom, Justin Verlander are all out there on the free agent market waiting to be scooped up. And for the Astros, it does not look like they're even looking for a starting pitcher right now. It looks like they're looking all to the offensive side of the ball. This Houston Astros ball club, whose starting pitching won the Triple Crown Award for the AL last year in ERA, strikeouts, and wins, is going to lose their Cy Young and Justin Verlander. And they're still going to be as strong, if not stronger, next year as a unit. The rest of the league knows this, and they're terrified right now. And plainly, I don't blame them. This Astros pitching is historic. Historically great, historically unbelievably clutch. If they continue to perform the way that they did last year going into 2023, they could very well repeat as World Series champions and going back-to-back. In many's eyes and my eyes, they've already cemented themselves as a dynasty. Now, where do they go from there? On the all-time dynasty list for baseball? No one knows yet. But with the amount of player control they have with guys like Framber Valdez, Lance McCullers Jr., Christian Javier, and Hunter Brown, and that bullpen, it's going to be a fun next few years for the Astros. Ladies and gentlemen, would love to know what y'all think in the comment section down below. Do y'all agree with me that this is the scariest starting rotation in the bullpen in the league going into 2023? If not, then who and what team? Let me know in the comment section down below. And if you haven't already, go and like the video and subscribe to the channel if you are new, because I have plenty more baseball content like this. And I will see you all in the next one. Adios, mis amigos.